Hey guys, it's Mike here, and welcome to another video I'm bringing you today, in which I'm going to be bringing you my spoiler reaction for Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 10. And basically so far, for initial first impressions, I'm kind of a little bit, I don't know if I would say disappointed, but when I first actually came to read this manga, I expected that there would be yet another time skip, because the anime so far has actually, surpassed the manga chapter from last time. However, when we actually come to see the manga chapter, it's pretty much the exact same thing that we saw in the anime with some few differences. For example, the fight with Goku and Frost starts off, and basically, instead of Frost, jumping at him, this is Super Saiyan Goku in Final Form Frost. Instead of Frost immediately going after him to try and punch him, Frost jumps in the air and he actually starts throwing ki blasts at Goku, and he continues to do this, and Goku continues to deflect them into the barrier, which, they explode on the barrier, but they don't actually breach it and they don't break through it. And then after all of this is over, Frost, in frustration, rushes at Goku and starts trying to hit him, and Goku just starts to dodge all of his attacks before, actually grabbing him, kicking him into the barrier, very similar to the fight that we actually saw in the anime. And basically, Frost actually does seem to put up maybe a slightly better fight in the manga than he did in the anime. He's able to send Goku flying back with his ki, but Goku isn't really phased that much, and Goku does the same thing, almost knocking him out of the ring, and basically Goku just has him on the ropes just like in the anime. And so Frost comes at him, keeps trying to go after him, and he can't do anything until eventually Frost hits him with a punch. Goku is stunned, and Frost kicks him out of the ring, winning, just like he did in the anime. And honestly, for their fight, for that impression, their fight was a lot less, the fight was just a lot more rushed. The same actual page that Frost hits Goku, or the same page where Goku reacts, we only see his face, that, he seems to be stunned, and then Frost kicks him. There's no moment of Goku actually standing there, actually debilitated. He just, has a little shot of his face, and Frost kicks him, and he wins. He kicks him into the barrier, and instead of actually onto the ground, and he just slams on the ground, he's done. And we had the same things that happened afterwards, Chi-Chi ran up to him, everyone was shocked. Goku, unfortunately wasn't bothered by the fact that he lost again, which I still don't like about Goku in Super so far. He doesn't give a shit about anything, at least that's what it seems like to me. But yeah, I just thought that the anime adaptation of their fight was better. I just will flat out say that. For once, it seems to be that the shoe is on the other foot, and the anime did even better. We still see the whole thing about how Jocko noticed something weird, and then we get to the fight with Piccolo, and the fight with Piccolo is actually pretty different as well. I mean, it's still basically the same conclusion, but Piccolo actually starts out the fight in his weighted clothing, and Frost goes after him, trying to hit him and attack him, and Piccolo is dodging his blast and hits. And then Piccolo eventually just decides to take off his weighted clothing, and, he extends his arm to try and grab Frost, and, they're going back and forth, with Piccolo trying to hit him, and Frost trying to blast him, and then eventually Frost we see him motion to his wrist, he runs up to Piccolo, he hits him in the hand, and Piccolo is, just like Goku, debilitated, and then Frost, knocks him out of the ring. Frost doesn't even blast him like he did in the anime, which was cool, and made Frost look even more evil. He just knocked him out of the ring, which is very, disappointing, because it's a lot more boring and bland. And then Piccolo just gets up normally, and then Jocko does the whole thing where he's like, hey, Frost is cheating, and then the referee goes and examines it just like he did in the anime, and, he finds out that basically Frost has a needle in his hand, or in his wrist, and, basically that's it. There isn't a big difference. Frost is disqualified. Vegeta comes in and says, no, I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna kick your ass myself, and that's basically it. Although there is a big difference in Frost's portrayal in the actual manga as compared to the anime, because in the actual manga itself, and this has been confirmed by the Devil's Corpse from Kanzenshu, a big time poster over there, and he has stated that in the, actual manga adaptation, Frost does not mention anything about being, really evil, or being a space pirate, or having, these scams and stuff like that, like they all mention in the anime version of this. He's basically just saying, to Champa, I just wanted to win the fights real quick because, you know, there's no prize money or anything, so I just wanted to win the fight real quick. I wanted to get it over with. And that's like his entire argument. Instead of him being evil and like a badass like he was in the anime, it's just like, nah, I don't have any reason to actually win this fight. So, like, there is nothing about, like, the children and the charities and all that stuff he says to Goku. Nothing like that. He basically just cheats because he wanted to get it over with, which is, you know, a lot more boring in my opinion. Like, it's not anywhere near as interesting as what we saw in the anime, and this whole manga chapter is basically summed up like that, too. This whole manga chapter just feels rushed to me. It just feels like there's no purpose of it existing, because as far as we know, the manga is meant to basically, you know, promote the anime. Like, it's, you know, it's supposed to, like, normally, like, if the anime goes past it or it's approaching it, the manga chapter skips forward a little bit and says, keep watching the anime, look what we're going to show in the anime. But this whole chapter is pointless because we already saw this stuff play out in the anime, and the manga chapter is just inferior to the portrayal in the anime. So, overall, I would have to say about this that, you know, basically I'm just disappointed, because, like, I don't like to have tons of spoilers given, and I'm sure that people would be like, "Oh, you spoiled this in the thumbnail, or you spoiled this in the name, Mike." Even though it's, you know, been weeks since all this stuff actually happened, you know, and I'm not spoiling anything, and you should know by now to stay off the internet. You know, like, this happens from every single show to The Walking Dead to everything else. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna get spoiled no matter what. So you might as well, you know, actually watch the anime when it comes out in Japanese, because there's nothing wrong with watching the anime in Japanese, and every Dragon Ball fan should really do it at some point, because all the voice acting is still great. But the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, this manga chapter, pretty much pointless. Hopefully the next one will actually get something better, and it will actually be better than the anime, though perhaps it's actually a good sign for us to say that the anime is better than the manga in this iteration, because the fact that shows that the anime has definitely improved overall. But my name is Mike, and this has been another edition of Super Manga Chapter Reviews and Spoilers. Let me know your own thoughts down below. Do you agree with my opinions about this? Do you disagree? Have you read this yet? Also, what do you actually looking forward to in Super to come in the future? Let me know down below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
And you better subscribe!